Hello guys, today I want to share with you some tips on how I farm the ultra rare tiered loot in Modern Warfare Zombies, which will allow you to go into super hard fights fully prepared, like fighting the Red Worm boss or exploring the tier 5 Dark Aether. Now before I get into the video, I just want to point out that your available gear may vary compared to what I have unlocked, and because reward rifts in game will give you a random selection of loot, if you don't have something I mention, then don't worry because you don't need to have it, it's just a nice thing to have just in case. Okay, so first of all you need a sigil. If you haven't watched my Dark Aether Easter egg guide yet, then you'll need to do that first so you can find sigils from reward rifts, but if you have done it, then you'll just need a standard sigil which you can get from completing any tier 3 contract. It's a random reward, but once you complete a few of them, you're likely to get at least one or two. I also recommend that you take the Scorcher Wonder Weapon in with you, whether you have it unlocked via extracting the schematics, or you simply have the Scorcher weapon case, because this allows you to basically fly around the map, making the match much safer for you. It's also a much faster way for you to travel around as well. Once you have all of your pre-match gear ready, head into a new game. Now I strongly advise that you take in an assault rifle or an SMG that is pack-a-punch to level 3, and has at least epic rarity if not legendary rarity, and the reason for that is the tier 4 Dark Aether is very difficult, but with a fully maxed weapon it's fairly manageable solo. If you didn't bring in a sigil, then complete some tier 3 contracts until you get one. It might take some time as they are random rewards, but you can farm either the Aether Spore or deliver cargo contracts in Zone 3, and you should be able to get a couple. Once you're ready to go, head over to the large Aether Storm on the small island to the south of Zone 3. It's marked with this little icon here, so head to the south facing side and place your sigil on the portal to the left of the rift, and it'll open up where your team can vote whether they want to travel into the Dark Aether or not. Okay, so now you should be loaded into the tier 4 Dark Aether. There's a maximum of 3 contracts to complete and a time limit of around about 30 minutes, which is plenty of time. Now at the start of the game you may have noticed 3 blue teddy bears fly off in different directions. Each one, when interacted with, starts a different contract, but they always start in the same place and start the same type of contract, so they're easy to find and you can do them in any order that you want to. The bunny that starts the Aether extraction contract sits at the top of the barracks on the northeast side of the island. The Outlast contract sits at the front of the bus, north of the beach, and the escort contract starts on the turret to the northwest side of the fortress. Now all of these contracts can be done fairly easily if you have plenty of gear with you, like Casimir grenades, which can be purchased from a buy station in Zone 3 on the Urzikstan map. You can also use monkey bombs, which are again purchased from Zone 3 buy stations. It also helps if you already have an Aether blade to take in with you so you can take out multiple zombies at once, and also the gold armor plate which regenerates your armor plates for you. If you don't have these, then obviously it'll be trickier for you, but it's not impossible. I personally like to complete the Aether extraction contract first. I go to the extractor that is closest and clear those zombies out, and then head to the second extractor and use something like a Casimir grenade to clear out any zombies there, and then I'll head over to the last one and take out the zombies I come across by training them and then throwing down a Casimir grenade again to clear out any remaining stragglers. Once the contract is completed, you can then check your reward rift, which should give you some pretty decent loot, and will also have a chance of giving you a sigil to enter this tier 4 Dark Aether again. Or you may get an Elder sigil which lets you enter the tier 5 Dark Aether, which is even harder. The next thing I do is head over to the bus and start the Outlast contract. This one is much easier because it'll always make you defend this small museum type of hallway, and you can jump on top of these cabinets and just run up and down to avoid being hit by zombies. Although they will throw meat at you, so you will need to shoot back to thin the herd out a bit. But once you've done this contract, check your reward rift and see what you get. Lastly, and the hardest contract of all, is the escort contract. Now you can do this by heading to the turret on the roof of the northwest side of the fortress, but be warned that you have to have the VR11 Wonder Weapon if you want to do this contract solo. If you have a coordinated team with you, then you may not need it, but basically the VR11 will heal the vehicle to 100% health when you shoot it. If you don't have the VR11 Wonder Weapon, then this contract is basically not possible solo, and in a team it'll be very difficult. But once you complete the contract, then your third and final reward rift should contain some pretty decent loot for you. Now that you've completed all 3 contracts, or even if you haven't, you can extract in a couple of places. However, the best place to extract is the portal that sits at the very top of the fortress building in one of the 4 turrets. It's located right here on the roof. If you don't have the Scorcher to fly up there, then you'll need to use various staircases and ladders to work your way up. But once you get there, interact with the portal, and you'll be extracted. And there you have it. That's how you get the legendary and ultra rare loot from the Dark Aether. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and hey, if you want to be the first ever channel member, then click the join button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, bye bye.